guys, welcome to another episode of LWC Stack, and in today's video we'll learn how you can delete something without using server-side script. So first of all, we will get the records, and after that we will delete those records on click of a button. So definitely we'll be using some server-side script to get those records, but for delete we won't be using any server-side script. Okay, so guys, let's start today's video. So let me just open my Visual Studio Code here, and this is my browser. Okay, so let's open the default org first. Okay, so this is our default org. All right, this is my Visual Studio Code. Okay, so guys, first of all we'll start with Apex. So let's right click on classes and create a new one. Let's name it account controller. So this is my empty class, guys. So I will be writing a query to get the records from the account object. Okay, so we will create class first. So let's create a class. So the class name is account controller. Okay, now we will create a function to get the records from the database. Okay, let's create a public function which will return list of accounts. Let's name it get ACC list. Okay, all right, and it will return ID name from account and let's set the limit to 10. So guys, I'm basically ordering by the records by created date descending order, so we can see the latest record on the top. Okay, and guys, don't forget to make it aura enabled, and for better user experience and just to make the page a little bit faster, let's enable cacheable through here. All right, so we are good to go with the Apex now. Okay, it was simple, right? So let's start with the designing part first. Okay, so let's create a new lightning web component and let's name it delete accounts. Okay, it will be in the default directory. All right, so this is the JavaScript and this is the class and this is the HTML. So guys, first of all, we will complete the designing part here. Okay, so before that, let me just modify my meta.xml file. Okay, we just copy and paste it from here. Let's see what else we can copy from this component. We can have this lightning card also. So let's copy the lightning card and paste it here. Okay, let's update the name. Okay, let me just remove this from here. Okay, so this is the lightning component, guys. Now let's go to the JavaScript part. Okay, so this is JavaScript part. So first of all, we will import a few things here. So let me just open that once. Okay, so guys, as you can see, we have imported LWC as default. After that, we will be displaying a toast event on the click of the delete button. So we'll be importing the show toast event. Okay, it is coming from Lightning. Okay, now we will import the refresh apex. And after that, guys, we will import the UI record API. So using that UI record API, we will be deleting the record, guys. There's a list of UI record APIs available online. So if you just Google for UI record APIs, so you'll be getting a list of APIs using which you can just perform any action without using any server-side code. It's cool, right? So these are the UI record API. So we'll be using the delete record API here, okay, to delete the record. So let's just move ahead and implement the delete record from Lightning UI record API. Here it is. Okay, and after that we will, at the end, we'll import our controller. Okay, so the function name was, we'll import get account list. We will import get ACC list from Salesforce Apex account controller dot get ACC list. Okay, so we have imported all the required things. Now let's create some variables here. Like we will require account here to store the accounts, and yep, that's it. Now guys, we will wire the account result using the wire API. So we will use wired account results, and underneath that we will call the get ACC list. Here it is. Okay, after that we'll capture the result. And in the result we'll put the result which we'll be getting using the wire API. So this will be the result. Okay, and after that, guys, we'll check like if the result is having any data or it is returning an error. Okay, so if result is having data, then we will assign the data to the accounts result.data. Okay, and we will display an error, like if there will be an error returned from the apex side, then we will display it here. So let's take the error variable here. All right, cool. So in if condition, we will make this dot error, and let's make it undefined because we are not getting any error here. Okay, now in else, if it returns error, so in that case we will have that error into that error attribute, result.error, and in accounts we will not having any data, so we'll just make it undefined. All right, so this was the loading part, guys. So using this we'll be having the list of accounts into the controller itself. Okay, we have not designed the controller yet, but and we will be definitely doing it later. So using this line of code, guys, these line of codes, we'll be having list of accounts into the Lightning web component. Okay, now let's move ahead and create the delete event. Let's name it delete account. So it's just an event, guys. You can name it as per the requirement. Okay, so first of all we'll be having the record ID, the selected record ID, as we'll be having list of records. So based on the selected row index we will be getting the record ID. Okay, so let's make it a constant record ID equals to, so we'll be getting the targeted record ID. Okay, now we will call the delete record and pass the record ID here. Okay, now guys, here on the line number 27 we are calling the delete record UI record API to delete a particular record, and as you can see we are passing the record ID here, so the specific record ID will be deleted from the dataset. Okay, now we will have condition here, if so in the case of success we will display a toast message. Okay, so this dot dispatch event, okay, will show toast event, okay. Now in that show toast event we will use title, and in title we will use success, comma, the another attribute will be message, the message will be account deleted, and another attribute is variant. So in variant we'll be having success. All right, so this is the toast event, guys. Let me just remove the semicolon from here. And why we are having an error here, let me just check it out. Okay, I think it is due to the semicolon. All right, so it's look good now. Okay, and after that we will just return the refresh API, which will just refresh the result. Okay, so let's return refresh apex, and we will use wired account results here. So it will basically refresh the apex again after deleting the records. All right, okay. And after that we will have the catch block here. Okay, so in catch block we will have error, we'll have toast event here. Okay, so the title will be error and message will be error deleting records. Guys, you can do proper error handling here. So, but right now I'm just putting a static message here instead of that error, and variant will be error here. Okay, so this is also done. Okay, and let me just put the semicolon here. Okay, and here as well. Okay, let's try to save it now. We're still having error here. Let me just check it out. Okay, alright, so in dispatch event it should be this. Okay, so this is the dispatch events, and so this will be the round prices. Okay, alright, so this was the error we were having here. So guys, the JavaScript part is also ready. So in JavaScript part, we have wired that apex to get the records, and after that we are just using the UI record APIs, and we are using delete record API from the list of UI record APIs to delete a specific record based on that record ID. Okay, so guys, now we will build the HTML part, so we can just check out the layout of this functionality. Okay, so let's have a template here first. Okay, and in template we will display account if the list is not empty. All right, so this will be the basic template here. Okay, and after that let's create a div. We'll be having that rounded class here, so let me just copy it from this component. Here it is. All right, and let's paste it here. Okay, so this is the div, and in this div tag we'll be creating a list of record. We'll be creating a kind of iteration here. Okay, so we will be using for each loop here. So let's create a for each loop for each of account. Okay, we will have item. Let's use ACC here as a prefix. Okay, let's use lightning layout. Key will be account ID, so we will be using acc.id here. Okay, and we can have a class also, so let's have the same which we are having above. Okay, okay, so this is the class. Let's close it. So this was the lightning layout. Okay, and after that, underneath the lightning layout, we'll be creating lightning layout items here. So let me just build it quickly. Here it is, lightning layout item. Let's make it flexible. Okay, this is lightning layout item, and in this we'll be having account name. So let's have account acc.name here. Okay, And apart from the account name, we'll be having a delete icon there to just delete the record. So on click of that delete icon, we will call the JavaScript function, and the JavaScript function will be deleting the record using the UI record API. Okay, so let's create another lightning layout item. Okay, here it is. Let's make the flexibility to grow. Okay guys, now we will have an icon here, so we can use a default lightning icon available. So I will be using the lightning button here. Let's have icon name, and we'll be having delete from utility. Okay, and on click we'll call delete account. Okay, and in record ID we will have account ID. So let's make it acc.id. Okay, so we have created lightning layout and lightning layout items here. So this will display a list of records basically with the delete button. Okay, so let's quickly save this and upload it, guys, so we can just check out the output, and hopefully we won't be having any errors here. So let me just upload it to my org. All right, let's open the application. Okay, these are my previous example, guys. If you would like to try any one of them, so you can just directly go to my blog salesforcegold.com and search for LWC Stack there. Then you will be having all these examples. Okay guys, we are having an error here, so unable to find apex class reference. Okay, so we have to deploy the apex also, guys. So first of all, we will deploy this apex. So here's my apex, so let me just deploy it. Deploy source to org. Okay, so it's taking little time here, so let's wait until it gets deployed. Or let me just hit cancel and deploy it one more time. All right, so it is not able to have the apex here, so let me just try to deploy it one more time. Let's deploy a complete folder here. Okay, so let's click on deploy source to org. All right, it is deployed successfully. Now after that we can deploy our lightning component. Okay, so let's have delete accounts here. Right click, let me just move my picture. I just keep moving it from left to right to left based on my requirements. So let's right click on it and deploy source to org. And okay, we are still having error here. Unable to find apex action class references account. All right guys, so I have figured it out. So the error is because we have created this class using the right click and new file. So if you notice, like, the meta file is missing for this class because we have not created it using the sfdx. Okay, so what we'll do here, we will just copy the code and we will try to remove this file. Okay, the file name was account controller. Let's move it to trash and hit control command shift P. Okay, and what was the line for the apex? Create apex class. Here it is. Let's name it account controller. Okay, it will be default in classes, and let's replace the code here. So this is the new account controller, guys. As you can see, we are having the meta file also here. So please keep that thing in your mind, like whatever you are going to create, even it could be a lightning component or it could be Apex class. So please use the SFDX to create it. Do not try to create it manually by just clicking, right clicking on component name and just creating a new file. Okay, so I will just deploy the file now. Deploy source to org. Okay, the file is deployed, and after that I will deploy this component, the delete account one. All right, so it is deployed successfully now. Now let's open the record detail page and let's edit the page, so we can just add that component also here. Okay, component name was delete accounts. Here it is. So let's keep it beside this create account component. Okay, you can see a layout here. So let's save this and let's hit back. So this is the component, guys. You can arrange this layout using the normal CSS, guys. So let's create an account first. So let's name it phone number. Let's have any number, annual revenue, and save it. Okay, let's refresh the page. Okay, so the account is here, guys. Now we will try to delete the account. Okay, I have clicked on the delete button, but nothing has happened yet. No, it's not working. Let's check in the console first. In console also we are not having any error, but somehow it's still not working. We have to check it again into the code. There might be still some error, you know, because of which it's not working. So let's just check it out one more time. So we are having delete account here, and we are having delete account on click of this button. Okay, all right, everything else seems fine to me. We have passed the record ID also. Okay, data.record ID. Let me just check if it is case sensitive. We are passing the correct value here. All right, this also seems fine to me. We are not getting any error also, which means there are chances like that might work. So let me just refresh the page. No, it's not working. Otherwise the account would have been deleted. Okay, let's check the JavaScript part again. It will return the wired account result. Okay. So this is also fine. Okay, so guys, I think this was the case sensitivity issue. The record ID should be record ID. I should be small here. Let me just deploy it one more time. So basically, guys, this is the worst part of JavaScript. Like it won't throw any error if you are having a case sensitive issue, but it won't allow the program to run if you are having case sensitivity issue. So it is deployed. Now let's refresh the page and try it hopefully last time. Okay, it's working. As you can see the success message here, account deleted. So guys, that's how using the record APIs, you can use the APIs directly to perform any action without using any server-side code. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.